Amazing. Welcome everyone. We're so happy to have you here at the Catalyzing Change Week session. Today we're exploring the power of music. We're gonna explore how music play a role in digital storytelling and in fostering connection and well-being. We're joined today with our amazing speakers, Philip, Benjamin, and Pranjal. They'll be taking us through this amazing topic. Next slide, please. So each day we have a theme. And for day 3, our theme is technology and AI, future of work and faith-based innovation. So we're going to play this short video by one of the members.
An estimate by the IMF states that AI can raise the world economic growth up to 0.8% or contribute approximately 15.7 trillion US dollars by 2030 to the global economy. On the flip side, over 30 million jobs may need to be reconsidered over the next 5 years. Across the sessions, you will hear from technologists pushing the boundaries of what it is possible, entrepreneurs and educators rethinking the future of work, and faith leaders reminding us that progress must be grounded in compassion, justice, and dignity. These conversations go beyond tools and systems that ask bigger questions. How do we ensure technology serves humanity? How do we design economies that are fair, inclusive, and ready for the future? And how can values guide innovation towards a more just and sustainable world? This is a space to share insights, challenge
I think maybe it's a connection issue from May's side. I'll share my screen there. Sorry for the technical issue.
an estimate by the IMF and ready for the future, and how can values guide innovation towards a more just and sustainable world. This is a space to share insights, challenge assumptions, and collaborate on solutions of change. Welcome to these sessions present by Catalyst Now.
Okay, all right. So, sorry. So if you believe in building together and co-creating, we invite you to join Catalyst Now members with over for over 6,000 and join them to build together, connect. We have a discovery session taking place in on Friday, 2 p.m. CET. And of course, a special thank to our amazing ecosystem partners and all the readers who make this work possible. Yeah, and now over to Pranjal and the team to start this amazing session. Yeah.
Okay, welcome everyone. Ben, do you want to say something before we start?
I just wanted to say it's really great to be here. I've been a member and a supporter of Catalyst now for the last couple of years, and I've participated in a number of these incredible events and workshops. I am the founder of The Verse. We are a community that creates video games for health and well-being. We use mechanics like we use breath work and prosociality as game mechanics. And we feel like it's really important to lean into the power of play and game as tools for health and well-being. So I want to thank you all for being here, and I'll hand it over to Pranjal if you want to start with us.
Welcome, everyone. We're really excited to have you here. We will be shifting this workshop to a video now, so I have a link for that that I've pasted in the chat. Let's just have like a minute for everyone to trickle into the video, and then we can begin. And if you're having any trouble accessing the mirror, accessing mirror is really easy. You can just log in with your Google account, and you will be invited into the board itself. And what Miro is it's basically a whiteboarding platform where you can brainstorm, but also conduct workshops like the one we have today.
And maybe if you all could just chat into our chat just to make sure that you have gotten into that. So if you want to just chat into Zoom, that would be great, just so we can know if anybody's having any problems.
Also sharing my screen. Is my screen visible then?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So just so everyone can keep track of where we are, but it'd be great since this is an interactive workshop for you to come into the video itself. So let me know once most of the people are, just give a thumbs up or put in something in the chat to let us know that you're in there. Some people are new, so if anybody's having trouble, do put it in the chat. If not me, Ben can help you sort it out. So yeah, let's get started. Welcome to WalkXR, the Power of Music. Today, we will explore the feeling of connection, that is, the invisible threads that weave between us, that are carried by rhythm and sound. Music has a way of reaching across distances and saying, I see you, without words. So before we begin, we're going to ground ourselves and get ready for this experience. For that, I have Philip here with me, who is a colleague of mine. He's a yoga and breathwork teacher and the founder of Vayumi, a breath-based wearable wellness app that helps people regulate their nervous system through breathing and biometrics. After a long career in information technology at Sony Pictures Entertainment, he spent the last 2 years collaborating with the Verse on WalkXR projects that bridge somatics, creativity, and social innovation. So you're in very good hands for this grounding practice. So take it away for that.
Thank you, Pranjal. You can hear me? Just give me a thumbs up. Make sure.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. So welcome, everyone. If you can take a nice seat, make yourself comfortable. If you have to close a door or pull some curtains so you can create a safe, private space where you won't be interrupted, this will be no more than 5 minutes of breath practice. So wherever you are, bring yourself more into this moment. And one of the ways I like to do that is just to take a couple fuller breaths. So I invite you to do this with me. Through your nose, if you can, keep your lips closed. We'll breathe through our nose. Just take a couple deep breaths. And just let it out. If you want to open your mouth as you let it out, do that. And do it again. I know it may seem silly, right, to just do this, but just let it out again. If you want to make an audible sigh, you can. One more time to enable yourself to just settle. Nice. And if it feels good for you, you could close your eyes, but you can also keep your eyes open, maybe soften them so that you can begin to create almost like a veil of comfort around you. The breath, excuse me, the breath, it's a quiet rhythm that we've had our whole lives. You already know how to breathe. But what's interesting with breath is that we can shift and change the way we breathe consciously to feel better. It's prescriptive that way. So breathe through your nose, lips closed, and begin to find a steady rhythm that's slow. Allow your awareness to feel your body alignment. Maybe it helps you to sit a little taller. Relax your face, relax your tongue. You might hear yourself breathe inside your head as the air flows through your sinus, moisturizing the air, cool as it comes in, a little warmer as it goes out. And for a little while, we'll shape our breath with a 5-count inhale and a 5-count exhale to give ourselves some symmetry and more of a rhythm, like music. Get us all together. Exhale all your breath out. And begin to inhale to count of 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. And out, 2, 3. Keep it going on your own. Out to yourself silently. Find your rhythm. And if your mind wanders, just come back to your breath. Simple 5-count inhale, 5-count exhale. Keep it going. Trust the intelligence of your body and your mind to respond to the gentle rhythm of your breathing. This is resonant breathing, rhythm that helps your body and your heart find balance. And as you breathe, sense the space for the inhale and before the exhale. where transformation begins. The gap. The liminal space before inhaling, before exhaling. And after your next exhale, let your breath return to a normal rhythm, no longer shaping it or counting. Notice how you feel. Carry this steady rhythm with you as you move into the music. Thank you for sharing your practice this morning.
Further. We'll just take a moment before everyone returns. It's always refreshing and so incredibly grounding to go to one of these breathwork practices. And now that we're here, we're present, and we're ready to play and connect, let's get into our WalkXR part of music. Okay. Now that we're here, let's wander into this garden of offerings. Each flower you see over here holds a space for a song and a story. Choose any flower that sort of speaks to you, resonates to you. It doesn't have to have any rhyme or reason for it. And place your song, your connection song next to it. So take one of these stickies, place it next to your song, and write your connection song next to it. These songs can be songs that got you through a hard time, remind you of a person that you love, a place or a memory of connection that you have. And make sure to drop in the title of the song as well as a link to the song so that all of us can go in and experience these songs as well. So go ahead, grab the stickies, right, and offer your songs, plant your songs next to the flowers that resonate.
And for those who are not able to get onto the Miro, if you would like to put your song in the Zoom chat, I can move it over into our Miro experience as well. So if you're having trouble getting into the Miro or have not been able to get into the Miro, just drop your song into chat and I will help facilitate that for you.
Ranjal, just for a moment, can you remind me of the qualities of the song theme?
A song that represents connection for you. So it can be about a person, a place, a memory, or just a song that, a community, song that feels or signifies connection for you. If anyone needs help, you can, like Ben said, put it in the chat and we can help you out. just unfamiliar with the Miro environment, you can also put that in the chat. I can help you out.
And when you put the song in, great. I see. Perfect. Good job, everybody. I appreciate that.
For those of you who've put just the links to the song, could you also put in the title to the song in it as well?
And as you're thinking about these songs, one of the things that we really believe about music, and I think is a shared experience, is that music is this incredible tool to connect and to kind of heal and to transform. So, take as we kind of came out of the breath work that Philip was doing into this space of center, like, is there a song that kind of speaks to you about connection and kind of the meaning of connecting to other humans and building community, being inspired? Connection can mean many things to us in many different ways. So there's no interpret this the best way, and interpret this in the way that feels most kind of resonant with you.
It can be as intimate as a partner or a pet, or also even just God and spirituality, if that's where we feel connection. So interpret it however you want. About another minute, and then we can move on to the next.
Hmm.
So I guess we can move on to the next part of it. Now that our songs are planted, just a second. Now that our songs are planted, let's open the space to share our stories behind it, to get deeper into why and what these songs mean to us. How did they signify connection for us? So take a moment to grab one of these stickies over here and write about, in it as detailed or short as you want, what the stories behind this song. Maybe there's a memory, maybe there's a moment, maybe it's just the melody, the rhythm of it. So what it is about the song, maybe it's just the lyrics of it, that makes it a connection song. It could also be that you really connect with the artist, you really connect with the message of the song. And while you're doing that, if you wish to unmute and speak, to tell us about, if the story is not something that can be contained within the post-it note. Please come on and talk about your song. I know music can be a very intimate, also very passionate topic that we love to talk about. So, uh, if anybody feels inspired to come on and talk about their stories, please come on. We'd love to hear your stories. Ben, you're muted.
Yeah. And alternatively, another option just to give to people is in chat. If you feel that there's a way in which you would like to share some of your information in chat, that works just as well. So we'd love for this to be participatory and kind of in the verse, we really believe deeply in the power of ritual. And in this case, we would see this ritual of us coming together around this shared experience and the power of music and how we talk about it and how we share as a kind of transformative, as very transformative. So just wanted to kind of extend that invitation to people to share something about the song and the meaning behind the song.
Nate, do you have something to say?
Yes, just wanted to share about the song that I just put in the mirror board. So I shared Flower by Miley Cyrus, but this version is a cover of the original song by another great band that I really like. So you can also check it out. But the story behind it is my sister's name in Arabic means flower. So her name is Zahra, which means flower in Arabic, and it's one of her favorite songs. And we used to listen to it like together, like often. So right now we're in different countries. We're just like always like on the WhatsApp, like video calling each other and stuff. But it's still like this song, whenever I listen to it, it's always remind me of the time we were together. So it's really close to my heart.
And it just shows that it doesn't have to be the song itself, but what it creates. So that's the memories that you have with your sister. That really makes it a song of connection.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I put up Bread and Roses, which probably all of you are familiar with. And when I get cynical or whatever about being bothering to being politically active, this song really brings me back. And again, it's always sung in a big group of people, so you feel like, oh yeah, I'm a part of something, that matters. And also in our work, we do performance is a big deal. And just quick tell people, there is a conference coming up called Performing the World. Look it up. Anyone here is going to want to be there. So
Yeah, and
maybe
that's
you
the
can
sense
drop
of,
the link. Maybe you could drop the
I'll put
link
the
in
link
too
in
for us.
the chat.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.
and I love the sense of community that you spoke of, singing something together. That is sort of, it's something that is almost ethereal, of like the chanting, the groups part of it. That's why choirs exist. That's why chanting in religion almost exists. So yeah, it's something bigger than yourself.
Yes, exactly.
Going off of that feeling of like something bigger than yourself in the group gatherings, my song, I chose it because it's a really big part of my partner's family culture. And so I just always remember the stories he would tell me where his family would be having parties and then like everyone would be off doing their own thing. And then this song Suavecito would come on and then everyone would just like, they couldn't help themselves but start dancing. And like, that's how they would always end their party. So it was like a really special song for his parents. And now it's a really special song for us too, which is really cool.
It has that ritual and community aspect to it, which is really lovely. The fact that they always end their partings with a song is that's beautiful.
I chose Clair de Lune. It's as you could say, a classical piece of music. And I just find talking earlier about rhythm, how the rhythm changes all throughout the song. It has a sadness to it that is not depressing. For me, it invites that emotions in, but it's transformative. So by the end, I've really been on a journey that I find fulfilling. And this version in particular is just full of artistry and passion.
The way of connecting with yourself, then, of connecting with your own emotions.
Exactly.
Does anybody else have any stories that they'd like to share?
I can go. I did the song Sunflower because, Sunroof, because it's just such a hype song for me in the mornings, and it's like a part of my morning routine. And it reminds me of the sunflower that blooms facing towards the sun and just opens itself to the sun. And I feel that when I listen to that song. And then I also have the other one, which is Blue. It just has the sweetest melody, and it talks about hopes of being under the moonlight with your significant other and just being relaxing, and just it's like an imaginative song. And I just thought of the white delicate flower for that.
It's like it takes you into another world. Both of these songs.
Yeah, absolutely. It just is very imaginative.
Mm-hmm. I guess we can move on to the next section, but I just want to take a moment and talk about how, like, just through these stories that we heard right now, we see that connection and songs, it's not really the song itself, but it sort of becomes something bigger than itself when we listen to it or we share it with someone, and creates those bridges of connection either with your family, your community, your partner, or just yourself as well. And that's what is so transformative of music, and just the power of music that exists. So we can go ahead to the next part of our experience, where we will be making these connections ourselves. Oh, sorry. Okay, so we have over here a kaleidoscope of butterflies. And what I want you to do is to pick a butterfly that draws you in. It could be anything. It doesn't have a reason, again, why it has to be why you pick a butterfly. And then put it next to a flower, a story that really, from someone else, that really resonated with you. So it's sort of like you're cross-pollinating that stories, where putting in, where you showing that little glimmer of connection to that other person. And as you put these stories, put these butterflies next to the stories, it'd be great if you could come on and talk about why that story really drew you and why that story connected with you. And you can also put in the chat of why you chose that song to pollinate. And if you also have, if you want to put it using a post-it, you can also do that. But we'd love for you to come on and talk about why that song matters, why that story mattered to you.
Yeah, and that might include a little bit for the people who didn't have the opportunity to share, just kind of taking a second to look through some of these songs and the stories, and we've kind of color coded them. So the blue is the reason why. So it's easy for us all, mostly. If other people used other color post-its, which is fine too, but take a chance just to invest and explore, immerse yourself in some of the other people's stories that we haven't heard. And then we can can take a look at these butterflies that speak to us and kind of cross-pollinate, as Pranjal said. So I encourage you all to kind of look through the blue Post-its.
Also, feel free to listen to some of the songs if you feel drawn. You might not get to listen to it the entirety of it, just in the interest of time, but you can have those tabs open on your YouTube always and then go back to them later. But it's great to put yourself in someone else's shoes and listen to these songs from a completely different perspective. Also, you don't have to say, if you want to show your support to multiple people, you don't have to use the same butterfly. You can switch up. You can, there's no restrictions here.
Yeah, and one thing I just was going to suggest is that out of this workshop, we will make a little playlist that we'll share with Catalyst, and we can share it with the people on this. It's always interesting to see how this playlist will anchor us to this moment in time at this Catalyzing Change Week. So yeah, great point. Around what we can learn, from other people and discover through music. That was shared in chat too, just sorry if people didn't know. I'm happy to share a little bit as well. Like I chose a couple different songs, the Claire de Lune, the Half Saved, and then I can't really pronounce it, but the one I think Annika you shared. And I was struck by the stories of how each one of these songs kind of connected us to, especially Half Saved and the Salva Visito, sorry if I mispronounced that, it connects us to like these deep memories. It's almost like the encapsulation or of this memory. And I almost feel like it's like the amber that covers the memory is shared through the song. It's kind of solidified and becomes representative of that. So I noticed when people were sharing and just reading other people's remarks that this is true in a lot of ways, but these two songs really stood out to me, and Philip's song as well, just in the way that he described the emotionality of it as a kind of lens. So thank you all for sharing those songs. And again, feel free to share by voice or if you'd like to by chat, but we'd love to hear any kind of insights or ahas that you might be feeling right now.
Yeah, enjoyed, is it Suavecito by Malo? And it's one of those songs that, it's stuck in my brain that I haven't heard for years. And it's instantly brings back good feelings and memories. And so in the description, talking about family, the last song at a gathering, uh, that's pretty amazing, for that song to kind of resonate within a family so well. And then I put another one over on the Rick Astley song. I just think pop songs can be so powerful. They're catchy. They stick in your brain, and it's almost like an anthem. Never going to give you up. It's a lot of times that you doesn't have to be someone else. It could be inside you, and so it's the fun refrain to sing along with.
Any hints on how to open the story so that they're big enough to read?
Yes, you can scroll in. It depends what kind of device you're on, but
Yeah.
you if you have a roller kind of mouse, you can scroll in, or you can do the plus magnification too.
Yeah, right
Does
here.
that work?
You can just.
Now it's all getting
Your
big.
finger
Okay.
zoom.
Yes, thank you. I'm old.
It doesn't have to be the exact story or the song that you relate to. It can be just, something that it sparked in you. It's something that it just like brought into you, it reminded you of.
Right. And sometimes in this experience, the other thing that we do is we think about like just even like a single word, around it doesn't have to be like full, just a word of inspiration or kind of a word that kind of comes to mind looking at that song. If you want to share some of those reflections in chat, or just a kind of word that you're feeling kind of representative of the emotion, that works as well.
Yeah, or if you listen to the song and just, liked it or was curious about it, then yeah, that's also something you can share. There's no limitations in connections. Connections can go in any direction. They can be intimate, they can be casual. You can't predict what you could connect to with someone. And so that was our, I hope that gave you some sort of a sense of connection, just a sense of community that is so needed, especially in this digital world. And the purpose of this experience was mainly to showcase that connection is not really, we think of it as this big, almost scary thing of whether it's in the form of networking or making friends when you're an adult. And it's not really that. It can be really simple things like really simple instruments like songs that can build those bridges that you can then, uh, dig deeper into and make connections with people around you. And it doesn't have to be people that you know. It can, like us, be people on the internet that you're not really familiar with, but have a certain similar message with, like we do with Catalyst for Change. So before we close, let's return to the breath and settle in what we've learned, what we've shared today. And for that, Philip again will be guiding us through a closing practice that will, sort of help us integrate this experience into our being.
Thank you, Pranjal. So again, you're probably already in a safe place for this last 45, 50 minutes here. So you sit back, helps you close your eyes. And this breath practice here, I find particularly helpful to process like after a workout or a yoga class. It's called the physiological sigh. And it's a 2 count or 2 pulse inhale, where the first inhale through your nose is just enough to inflate your lungs to create some more surface area. For the second breath, which will be a little bit more fuller, but not straining. So it's a 2 pulse, like you're sniffing. And then as you exhale, you'll open your lips just enough like you're blowing out a candle, but you're not blowing. You're using your lips to control the rush of air as it comes out. And you're relaxing as much as you can and letting the air rush out until you're absolutely empty. So let's give it a try. Everyone go ahead and exhale your breath out. And then take one short pulse of breath in, and then another. And then through your lips, let it out slow. And then repeat. Full pulses in, and a long exhale out. Keep it going. We want to do it enough to make a difference. In this long exhale, your body's building up carbon dioxide and it's releasing carbon dioxide. You're allowing your diaphragm, the muscle, breathing, relax on your exhale. No effort, only your lips. And then a little bit of effort on the inhale. 2 pulses, long exhale. And find that sweet emptiness, stillness. And then breathe in again. You get better and better at it each round, each cycle. And breathe in what you've gathered, what you've experienced. And in that long exhale, let out what you don't need anymore. And then after your next exhale, let your breath return to normal. And then check in and notice through the exploration of your breath and music, the different themes and ideas that people shared. If there's been an insight, a shift, a curiosity that's been piqued, acknowledge it and carry it forward. Thank you for sharing your breath practice. Thank you, Pranjal.
Thank you so much, Philip. And thanks everyone for joining us for this experience. You can go to this garden of offerings again. Every flower here now holds more than just a sound. It holds care, courage, and just traces of our stories. And just thank you for being here and for letting music to be a bridge between all of us. And yeah, Ben, do you have any closing words?
Yeah, I just want to say that it's always so interesting, the group that comes together. And we talked about community, we talked about connection, transformation, we talked about music as kind of a representation of kind of the way that we process like our joys and our griefs. We did this all with kind of beginning with breath work and ending with breath work. So I shared our link about what we do in the verse in the chat. If you'd like more information, feel free to check us out, and I will also put my email in. But it was really great to meet all of you today. I appreciate your time, and I think that was the end for our workshop today. If anybody, thank you all. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and we hope to see you again at a future experience that we create in the verse.
Thank you so much for the amazing session and for sharing the amazing reflection technique. I really enjoyed it, and thank you everyone for tuning in. Yeah, take care and see ya in other sessions.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.